Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This is my friend. You have to understand, I know him for a long time.
How long?
8 years. I know him. This is my buddy in Florida. You know, I would go there, hang out with him. Like, this is my real friend. I sleep next to him.
This is the plaintiff, Jordan Gaylor. He says he and the defendant have been buddies for 8 years, so it's quite upsetting to him that it's come to this, a lawsuit. Turns out the guy doesn't pay his rent. He lied to the cops, moved out without any warning, and now he's having one heck of a time getting the defendant to pay up what he owes. He's suing for $1,700, the amount he's due. This is the defendant, Curtis Valmy. He says there were 4 people sharing the apartment, and when one person moved out, the plaintiff told them they had to absorb the 4th person's rent until they could find another roommate. No one agreed to that. No one could afford that, and now the plaintiff has the nerve to sue for that? Ha! No way. He's accused of leaving a friend high and dry. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $650 for a security deposit.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Justice. Jordan Gaylor,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
are suing Curtis Valmy for $1,700 in rent and a cleaning fee that you say he owes you and refuses to pay. Tell me what's going on.
So Curtis and I have been friends for a long time, and he's been living with me for about 1 year and 6 months. We've been through this situation once before where I had to appear in court for not paying rent, and we had to worry about being evicted. Happened twice that we had to go. Both times
Whose
he
fault
was
was
involved.
that?
His fault for not paying the money that I had
The
to pay.
portion that was his?
Correct.
Okay.
Right? So originally we lived with 4 people. The gentleman wasn't good, so we all agreed to get rid of him. Totally fine. They agreed to absorb the rent. This was much longer ago.
Who's they? Everybody? How many people? 4
There was 2 other people.
So
It was
the
Mr. Valmy.
remaining 3, you, him, and one other guy.
And one other gentleman.
Agreed that you would oust the 4th guy who wasn't working out.
Correct. And we would all pay
that
it.
the 3 of you would absorb the rent.
Yes, he
Okay.
paid that price many, many times. And then it kind of got into a little bit of an argument because he stopped giving me money. And then that's it. It turned into an argument where I went out and then he came to the house with the cops and got all his stuff.
Okay, but how would you keep track of what was owed to you?
Well, how do we keep track? I have it written down, for one. This is my friend. You have to understand, I know him for a long time.
How long?
8 years. I know him. This is my buddy in Florida. You know, I would go there, hang out with him. Like, this is my real friend. I sleep next to him. So,
Okay, I
this
don't know
is
what
not
you're trying to
something
say.
that- like, I can see him from my room when I lay in my bed. I can see him across on the other side.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So, you know, this is not something that I should have to worry about. I never had to. He always came up with it. You know, it tends to, all of a sudden he got mad and didn't want to give me the money because it racked up too high. You know, I have the proof. I know how much I
Okay,
pay.
when you say you have the proof, you have the proof because you kept
Well, I
notes?
have all the logs for all the stuff that I get sent.
Would you
that I
give
pay the
receipts
rent.
to him for when he did pay rent?
No, I didn't. I never had to do that. I was trusting him.
How'd that work out for you?
It was fine for a little while. I mean, I don't mind lending
Because I
him
can't help but
money.
notice that you're in court.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Let me hear from you. What's going on? He says you're not paying the rent.
I refused to pay the last month of rent because I had my first and last rent and deposit. So since I was getting kicked out on the 15th of the month that
Why
I
were
was
you getting kicked out if everything was fine?
It wasn't fine.
What was not fine?
Okay. When we decided to move one of the renters out, he decided to try and charge everybody more for that share.
Stop 1 second.
3 times. Okay.
Which came first? We decide to move the renter out, or he decides to up it? Because he describes that you all got together and said, "All right, we can kick him out, but we're going to have to share the blow."
Correct.
Okay, is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Okay,
For
and then
1
he
month.
says that you did that many times throughout your tenancy there.
No.
You say it happened 1 month.
It happened once.
And then what happened the next month?
We moved in other people
Okay.
into that room.
Okay.
So that it would go back down so that we could all pay $650, which was affordable for me and for me to be able to actually pay.
And then, but he claims that you owe him. And why then, if you're back to $650 for real?
Because
Did that
he's
other
saying
person
that
get
I owe for one particular month's rent that's outstanding. Anything else
No,
is tacked
he claims
on.
that you owe him more than that. And I know
Right.
that because I've seen the text between you two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he claims that you were owing, first of all, his lawsuit against you is for $155 in rent that he says you still owe from December, right?
Correct.
Okay, do you record anywhere what somebody owes you? How do you do this?
I mean, I have it written down like on my iPad, just, you know.
So let me see your
on my
iPad.
notes. Go for it.
Let me see what you wrote down before. Okay, now all this tells me is that you wrote a notation 62 days ago, but
it.
as I know, being an Apple person,
You got it.
You could alter that today.
You can alter the date.
No, you don't alter the date, you just alter the info.
The
you
info
just
is not
press
dated.
on it.
It's dated on the notepad.
Yeah, okay.
Anytime
I
that
just
you put
changed
something
that,
in,
now he owes you $1 million.
Okay, now check what
500.
date it is.
Okay?
Okay.
I just did that, and the note still says whatever the note says.
Okay, if you
get what I'm
push
saying?
back on the notes, it'll tell you when the last time you input a note is.
Push notes so that I get out of this.
Okay, go
and I'm
back
going
to
to
that
go
note.
to client sessions, but I'm not going to read your client sessions. And
Thank
then I'm
you.
going to go to notes, and then I'm going to go to money owed me. Oh, yeah, it did do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell, and I altered it. What was it? You said. Apparently, you're a
sorry.
better Apple person than I am.
Apologize.
Damn, all right.
Mm-hmm.
He owes $155 in December. He owed $585
That was the remainder balance.
because how much was March rent?
March rent was, he paid me $290. March rent was $875.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm an audio engineer and I'm a barista.
Okay. Now, I'm looking at your text back and forth with him, and let me tell you what isn't there. What isn't there is, hey, dude, I've paid you $650 like I'm supposed to each and every time. I just can't absorb the extra fee. Why are you hitting me up for that extra fee? I've paid you what I'm supposed to. Let me tell you what is there. I'm so sorry. I know I owe you money. Dude, I totally owe you the money. Dude, I have absolutely no defense to that. Yeah, I know I owe you the money. You better, hey, stop talking, man. Then you're like crazy. I mean, you're texting the guy every 27 seconds, okay? This is not how it's done.
Correct.
Okay, I mean, you really, and I know it's because he's your friend. I assume you wouldn't treat an arm's length transaction that way, but I don't even know why you're answering him. Turn the phone off, you're at work.
How does that work? Yeah.
I know, well, turn their phone off, but you're like little teenage girls. And I know that because I have a house, no, both of you. Stop, you mostly, because you're like, you're honest to God, I have a house full of little teenage girls, so I know what it's like. And you sit there and you know, but you are, but what am I? Essentially, because you're going back and forth about who's a worse friend and who's a bigger deadbeat, and it's insanity. It's insanity. But over and over and over, you keep saying that you do know you owe him money.
Correct.
And he keeps, like, apparently he's collecting money from you daily? Like what, the cash?
Yeah, it became like a daily, like I couldn't walk inside the house without giving him money.
Well, how much behind were you for that to be happening?
It's the 1 month's rent. It wasn't enough. It was the fact
So
that
you
they
say
were,
you did, so you claim you paid $650 for March.
Correct.
Can you prove it?
No.
Okay. And then you admit that you didn't pay anything for April.
I told him that I would pay him as soon as I could, or you could just let me move out and keep my deposit, and I could be on my way.
How much did you pay for a deposit?
I paid first and last month's rent and deposit.
Okay.
So it's
Is
3
that
months.
accurate?
No, ma'am.
What did he pay?
He paid $420. We paid 1 month security and 1 month to move in. That's all it cost us. I paid the majority share of the deposit. He and the two others.
So he paid $420 for what? Security?
That was part of his security so that we could move in.
Got it. So
Correct.
he did pay $420 security?
Yes.
Okay. And he did not pay last month?
No.
Did you pay last month?
No, I paid the first month and the security. Half of the security.
So your lease does not require the last month to have been paid?
It does not.
May I see your lease?
Yes.
Did you move in before he moved in, or you guys all moved in together?
We moved in together.
Do you have proof you paid last month?
No, I have proof that I gave him money. I have no proof that I gave him money.
You have no proof of
I have no proof of
okay.
No more proof.
What is it you're looking for?
I have a renewal. That's the original lease.
No, that's all right, because
Oh, okay.
what this tells me, was there in fact a last month required by your landlord, which would make sense that then you'd collect it from people, and I see that it wasn't. And you have no proof you paid it, and logically, by looking at the original lease, nobody paid it, so why would you have?
I distinctly remember.
Remember. Okay. Yeah, I don't deal in your distinct memory. I deal in evidence. Okay. Let me see those texts.
You have it up
Do I
there?
still have your iPad?
Yeah.
What's this about Susan Sarandon? What's that?
His brother dates Susan Sarandon.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Is that true? Okay, don't answer. Don't answer.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So why do people who are really good friends move in together and all of a sudden it blows up?
Well, it's different living with somebody than being friends with somebody. You got to keep your friends and your roommates separate.
You buy that so you never live with a friend?
I mean, I have, and it didn't end up well.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
They ended up moving back to New Jersey.
They hated you that much they had to leave? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Going inside the courtroom.
What is wrong with you people? You don't understand. I mean, honest to God, say it, forget it, write it, regret it. Okay? You put stuff in writing like this, and there's a judge one day who is reading about the stuff you are up to. And I'm not just talking about girl stuff. I'm talking about illegal stuff that you're actually putting in writing. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Don't either of you have jobs you want to keep? I mean, it's out there. Somebody's going to pick it up. You guys, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with, honest to God. Cool, I need drugs. Girl here waiting for you.
We do live in Manhattan.
What does that have to do with anything? Just don't write it. I mean, honest to God, let me tell you something. I am more insulted about the fact that you're so stupid that you write stuff down, this generation of yours. I'm more insulted by that than what you're writing down. You didn't invent this. What you've done is you've invented creating a track record of stuff because if you're careless like this, you're clearly careless in your Facebook pages and everywhere else. And you guys it doesn't matter. You know what? You're 27. You're going exactly where you've mapped out. All right. I'm still trying to get to the original discussions about bring back good coffee for my mom.
Yeah, he's my buddy.
He's your buddy. Are you stealing the coffee or are you paying for it?
No, he pays for it. He gets good coffee.
Bring me money too. I didn't make a lot of money today. You have to give me money every day.
That was the deal.
What kind of coffee does she want? I get paid Monday. Chill the blank out. I hear it every day. I understand what you say. You don't have to stick it in my eyes every time I say hello. You chill the blank out. I'm going to remind you every day because you put me in this situation. It's not my fault, fool, so don't give me blank and just do what I say. Any good one is fine. I assume you're talking about the coffee. I made $53. I wasn't telling you to stop asking for money. It's the fact that when I'm at work, I'm actually trying to make money. There's no doubt in my mind I need to pay you. There is no doubt in my mind I need to pay you. Telling me at work while I am working doesn't solve anything. I got her Kenya Mild blend coming up now. I will leave $40 on your dresser, leaving me shekels. I'm not crying about it, just telling you I'm trying. Until I get my paycheck, everything is not a lot. I want all the money you owe for rent this week, and I want May's rent on the 1st. Not on the blanking 10th, not on the blanking 2nd, on the 1st. This is by April 16th.
Or I still didn't get money for April.
Then he didn't text you back in 20 minutes, and you're freaking out.
Yeah.
I know you don't care. And then this is when it gets nasty, back and forth. You call each other all kinds of names. It just gets worse and worse
He
and
talks
worse.
about my father.
Worse.
That's when it got personal.
Right.
For me.
Yeah. No, he was nasty as hell. I mean, talking about your family. I mean, he was ridiculous. You really were. You were ridiculous. As I've reread all of these texts, Not once does he say, I'm not paying the extra amount. All he says over and over again is, yeah, you money, yeah, I got it, yeah. There's not one complaint about the extra amount. So I'm going to go by your figures because otherwise I would have seen something about it then. I am, however, going to credit him the $420 in security deposit. You say you had to pay $40 to clean the apartment?
Correct.
Can I see it? The proof of it?
I don't have that. I have someone come and do it for me. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I paid them cash.
Yeah. Okay. But you're suing for it, so you would need to have proof of that in here. All right. So that would mean a judgment in your favor in the amount of $1,240 verdict for the plaintiff. On your counterclaim to return $650, I'm returning $420. That he agrees that you pay, that you don't even have proof of that. But bonus for you, he testified in your behalf on that. That is my verdict. $1,240 verdict for the plaintiff. And please return his iPad.
Both sides, hold up.
This is the defendant coming out here. You lose this case. He collects on almost everything he's sued for. And what's your reaction here?
I'm pleading the fifth on everything.
All right. Head right down that way then. All right, step on out here. And you didn't get everything, but you got quite a bit. What do you think of the outcome of this case here?
Don't mix friends and money, because you lose your friends and you lose your money.
That is a good lesson. We've seen that in here many times. So you want him back as a friend?
Probably not.
Over to Harvey.
Okay, especially when you have a relationship with somebody, I think it's a good idea that when roommates move in together, they get the ground rules written down so you know exactly what's expected of you, and there are going to be no surprises and no animosity. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
I'm always looking for ways to show my cat how much I love her. And with Fancy Feast gems, I can pamper her whenever I want with a savory gravy on top of a gourmet mousse pâté. The pyramid shape makes serving simple, so all I have to do is peel and plate to make mealtime feel extra fancy. And with 2 entrees in every pack, it's easy to turn every day into the extraordinary. Fancy Feast gems.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks, or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Visit USAA.com/bundle.
Bundle savings are off total premium, not available in all states or in all situations. To qualify, auto policy must be active prior to property policy issue, subject to change. Restrictions apply. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
These are the plaintiffs, Florinda and Victor Oliveira. Florinda says her dog was savagely attacked in broad daylight by the defendant's vicious Great Dane German Shepherd mix, and the guy refuses to pay them for the vet expenses. The poor dog luckily survived, and now it's time for the defendant to pony up the $2,000 they're owed for the carnage. This is the defendant, James Dunkley. He says the plaintiff's dog was on one of those very long leashes, and she wasn't paying attention, and the 2 dogs got close to one another. Out of nowhere, the plaintiff let out a blood-curdling scream. His dog got spooked, and the 2 dogs got into it. What happened to the plaintiff's dog was unfortunate, but neither he nor his dog did anything wrong, and for that reason, owe nothing. He's accused of having a mean old dog.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiffs say the defendant's German Shepherd Great Dane mix attacked their dog in a vicious, horrible way. But the defendant says the leash on the plaintiff's dog was way too long. It's the case of those Germans did it again.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Florinda and Victor Oliveira, you are suing James Dunkley because, according to you, his dog viciously attacked your dog. Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I was walking my dog, and as I was walking, there was a car park on the side, and I was just walking by, and all of a sudden, this big dog, the German Shepherd, Mr. Dunkley's dog, came on top of my dog, and he shook him, and he was on top of him, and he broke 2 ribs, and then all of a sudden I was.
Did you see his dog before you?
No,
okay.
I didn't see him
because of the car.
And because if I knew I would go the other block, I would turn. And then, I guess, Mr. Douglas, then my dog got loose.
Your dog was on a leash?
Yes.
Your arm has nothing to do with the case, right?
No.
Okay. Your dog was on a leash, and how far was he from his dog? Was he right there?
He was right, because I was, passing by. And then my dog just got loose out of his collar. He ran towards Jericho, but he made a turn. Thank God he didn't go to the street, and he just laid down on the other collapse.
Did your dog survive this?
Yes, thank God.
Good. All right, so you're suing for $1,800 in vet bills. Can I see the vet reports? And you have some X-rays that you sent the court, and I have them here on my trusty iPad. Can you tell me where the breaks are?
Yes.
Okay, come on over here and show me.
It's right up here. It's missing. There's a big space. That's, where the two broken ribs are.
Yeah, like that space shouldn't be there.
Right. There's two broken ribs.
Right. What kind of dog do you have?
A Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua? All right. So what did the vet do?
They took X-rays. They said they got two broken ribs.
Right.
He might have a lung puncture. And they checked. They did more a CAT scan, and the lung, thank God, was not punched.
The lung was not punched. Okay.
So they said they got to rest at least intensive care for 3-4 days. And I'm sorry.
Did you know how to reach him? How did you know who he was?
No, he ran away.
Wait.
He ran away?
He went. He did.
Wait, he went or you went?
No, I went, but Mr.
Okay, did he run away?
No.
Okay, why is your husband saying he ran away? Because that's really awful.
He hid himself.
He hid himself. You weren't even there. You say he did not hide himself. That you ran away to care for your dog, to chase after your dog that was lying there, and then you went to take the dog to the vet. Okay.
One man that was with him, a guy he came and got the information. So I went to his house. I knocked on his door, but he didn't come right away. He came out then.
Oh, he made you wait too long? That's what you mean by
waited.
fleeing? Okay,
Yes.
stop. Go. Tell me what happened.
All right. I was walking my dog on McKee Street, and the family was outside, and the kids came over and started petting the dog in the street. And the father came over and another dog. So it was like 4 of them were all petting the dog, and I'm with a friend, and it's a nice, everybody loves the dog.
What kind of dog is it?
It's half Shepherd, half Great Dane.
Do you have a picture of your dog?
Yes.
May I see it?
Sure.
Do you have a picture of your dog?
Yes.
Wow, that dog is big. That's hysterical. Does it have the cat's head in its mouth?
Yes.
But obviously not biting.
Right.
What exactly? The cat's loving it, whatever it is.
It's
Giving
his
him a
cat.
little head massage? What's he doing?
It's his cat. He does, they're like buddies.
What kind of dog is this?
It's half Shepherd, half Great Dane.
That's a big dog. How many pounds is your dog?
120, 125.
Right. Okay, so someone from the neighborhood is petting your dog, and what
they're all
happened?
petting the dog, and all of a sudden my dog stops and goes behind me. So I turn around and I see a little dog. There's a spot between the sidewalk and the street, which is grass. My dog goes over, and the two dogs are facing each other. Neither one's moving. They're just looking. She couldn't pull her dog away, but she did scream, a blood-curdling scream, very loud. My dog reacted, picked her dog up. I grabbed my leash. Dog was dropped
You
immediately.
think the scream is what caused your dog to...
I think he reacted to the scream, yes. Everybody there said the same thing. Everything was fine.
Do you have any statements from everybody there?
I don't know the family. They were just total strangers.
So if the dogs are face-to-face and the plaintiff screams and the defense is the scream inside of the dog, is that a defense?
Yes, I think he could have startled the dog.
You think it's possible that you startle the dog by screaming?
No, I think it's BS. I don't think that's it at all.
So the defendant's dog is responsible, the defendant's responsible for the plaintiff?
Yeah, they should have their dog on a leash.
Anybody think the scream is a defense?
No.
Huh?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because they're animals. Anything could spook them.
But then you hold the defendant responsible for the injuries?
No, I think it's ridiculous.
So dogs are dogs, in other words.
Exactly.
Got your point, going inside the courtroom.
So my dog let go of her dog. Her dog, as she said, pulled out of its collar, ran down the block, And I followed her down the block to make sure her dog was okay, to see what was going on. And so I did follow. I didn't run away.
Tell me, Ms. Oliveira, Mr. and Mrs. Oliveira, tell me what he did wrong.
What he
that
did
gentleman
wrong?
right there did
when
wrong.
I went to his house, he said
No, I mean during the attack.
Oh, during the attack.
You're not suing because he's impolite. You're suing because of the attack.
Right. He said that the dogs they don't look. I was walking, Your Honor. He just came up to my dog. Maybe he thought he was a little something, I don't know. And he just came on top of him. He said they were looking both ways.
Okay, I know that his dog attacked your dog. We all know that. He doesn't deny that. What did he, the owner, do wrong?
I'm just saying, Your Honor, that I was walking, and he just it was a fact. He just came over my dog, and he just, attacked him, and his skin was all off his body, and
that's awful. And I feel your pain. I'm a dog lover. I feel your pain.
He couldn't handle his dog.
But do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you about the law?
She didn't see the dog.
I didn't even see the dog,
And I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying it's one of those things. The thing is, I can't just call it his fault because his dog bit your dog. And that's what you think the law is. You think that because his dog bit your dog, he pays. That is not the law in your state.
Yeah, but it looks like he was not in control of this dog because this dog jumped about 6 feet into my dog.
Where do you get that from?
That's what she said.
That wasn't her testimony. Her testimony was that it's a few feet. It's right by, the dog is right by, and the owner's a few feet away from the dog, and 5 or 6 feet wouldn't make out a negligence case anyway. I'm done. We're done.
Okay.
I'm sorry that this happened to your dog, but this is not his responsibility. Verdict for the defendant.
Both sides, hold on, please. So the plaintiff comes out empty-handed after this ruling because, come on in here and tell me, you understand how the law works? Here, go right next to her there. You understand how the law works?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
What'd you learn in there? That it wasn't his fault?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't.
Well, why was it his fault? Why do you think it was his fault?
It was his dog.
It was his dog.
Yeah, that's who owns the dog, but whose fault?
It wasn't my fault.
And when my wife went to his house, he tried to call the cops.
He wanted to
He
call
didn't
the
want to
cops.
give me information.
They're upset at you for the way you treated them.
I can understand the dog got hurt. I can understand them being upset.
About the way you treated them?
I offered to pay half when she came to my house. She started calling my dog a vicious dog and that I was no good person, and I did not treat her anyway except to say, this conversation ends now and get off my property.
Perfect.
And that was
Harvey?
The key here, for the defendant to be liable, you have to prove negligence. Simple fact, no negligence. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
This is the plaintiff, David Samus. He says he did some work on the defendant's 13-inch MacBook Pro, and they agreed the cost would be about $400. When the defendant showed up to pick the thing up, he presented him with a $10 bill as payment. He thought the guy was joking, but he wasn't. He actually thought all of his hard work was worth a measly $10. What a maroon. He's suing for $425 for the work performed and a late fee. This is the defendant, Brendan Betts. He says the plaintiff had his computer for months, and after he pressed him on why it was taking so long to fix, he admitted the computer had been stolen. He did find him another computer, gave it to him, and he thought everything would be a wash due to the circumstances. A few months later, he's presented with a bill, and that's when he told the plaintiff he wasn't paying. He's accused of refusing to cough up some do-re-mi. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,500 for loss of work and loss of computer programs.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff did work on the defendant's MacBook Pro. He said it was going to cost $400, but the defendant shows up with $10. The defendant says the computer was stolen in the plaintiff's watch, and now they're more than square. It's the case of the Big Mac attack.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, David Samus, you are suing on behalf of your store. You're the owner.
Yeah.
You've asked us not to mention the name of the store. You're suing Brendan Betts?
Yes.
Okay. For $425, $400 that he owes you for a computer repair, and $25 for a late fee. You are counterclaiming against him $1,500 for loss of work, loss of your computer programs, and the difference between the value of the computer he gave you and the computer you gave him. Okay, what happened?
In approximately, I think it was April 5th of last year, he dropped off a computer for repair, an Apple MacBook Pro 13-inch, and it was not working. I did a quick diagnosis and determined that the logic board, the main...
And you determined it was broken. Okay.
Not surprisingly. But yeah, it was that type of, back then, especially a year ago, that's the most expensive part of the computer, the logic board, like a motor in a car. Apple Store, retail places charge $600, $700 to do that type of repair. I was using a guy who was a friend of mine he would get it through at a much lower price.
How?
That was his magic. I leave him to it.
His magic? His criminal endeavor? Go on.
And he actually, so I'd known him for years. I'd had him get a lot of machines through. But apparently, right around that time, he ran off with his computer and two others. One of them,
didn't see that coming. Right? Okay, so he ran off with his computer and two others. That's how many jobs you had pending with him. He just took everything and what? Went where? Do you know?
He's still probably in Jamaica, Queens, but...
But you can't find him.
I actually took him to small claims court.
Oh, did you? What happened?
He didn't show up. He forgot the day.
Right.
And I got a $5,000 judgment against him.
Are you trying to execute it now?
I'd like to, if anyone can find him, yeah.
Right, but you found him because you served him.
Yeah,
that's how you got the judgment.
He apparently...
He has no assets.
He says he is doing a recording deal, and one day will make lots of money or something like that.
Okay, good luck with that. All right, so now...
I told him I'll make it, I said I'm sorry, it's not my fault, but
how long after you gave the computer to him did he tell you your computer's been stolen?
Approximately 4 to 5 months, Your Honor.
4 to 5 months? What'd you do without a computer all that time? You had another computer?
No, actually, on that computer, I had all my advertising programs. I do outdoor advertising as a living. I told David when I gave him the
but didn't you pull out whatever you needed before you gave it to him to repair?
No, it was on the hard drive, Your Honor. It wouldn't power up.
Oh, my goodness. You didn't have like a backup?
No.
You have a backup now, don't you?
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, you just have to be spanked one time like that for you to understand. Okay, Go on.
So I gave it to David. I've done business with David for about 4 years now and gave him numerous computers. He does excellent work. Okay. And
so now when he tells you that yours is gone, but I'll make good, what does he do?
It didn't actually go that way.
Okay.
I called David, after numerous times. He said, Brendan, I want to be honest with you. He said, there's a guy I gave a computer to, and basically he's got your computer, he took your computer and 2 other machines. So I'm like, get out of here. And I was very upset at that point. So he said, he actually lives in Queens. So I said, I live in Queens. So David explained where he lived. I actually went by where the guy lived.
Oh my gosh.
They said he wasn't there, he moved out or whatever have you. And I told us back to David. So David said, you know what? I want to make good on it. So basically, if you come up and see me, I'll give you another computer to replace yours.
Okay.
So I said, okay, fine.
Right.
Myself and my son.
Come on up. Yourself and your son.
Went up and we met David, and he gave me another computer.
And what kind of a computer did he give you?
A MacBook Pro.
Okay, same size?
Now, this is the thing. With a 13-inch and a 15-inch, you really can't tell the difference unless you
measure the inches.
Right.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't.
I don't know, it's not that hard. I mean.
I didn't measure the inches.
So be honest, do you guys all back up the data on your computer?
No.
What do you think?
No, I don't.
No.
Nah.
No.
Absolutely.
It does it automatic.
Nah.
No. Going inside the courtroom.
According to you, you gave him a 15-inch?
Yes.
And according to you, he gave you a 13-inch.
Yeah, and I have the actual from the emails with my friend who I gave it to. I have the serial number, and the specs which show that it is a 13-inch.
Let me see it. Don't you have the receipt for your computer, sir?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
You had some picture to show me?
Excuse me?
There was a picture of 2 computers that you were...
Oh, yeah, of my computer and my son's computer.
Okay.
My son has a 13-inch and I have a 15-inch.
Okay, and you happen to take pictures of you and your son's computer?
Yes.
Before all this happened?
Yes, this definitely
what?
before.
You don't find that a little odd?
No.
Okay, can I see it? Let me see it. Oh, but you want me to trust the thief? On the serial number? You're asking him what's the serial number for the computer I gave you?
Because he needs the serial number to put it in the system.
Wait, you're asking him what the serial number? For all I know, he was trying to rip you off and give you a 13.
If you see, he asked me for the serial number.
He asked you.
For the serial number so he could try to see the specs before he took it. I can show you the hard drive will match up with the date on the computer.
Oh, okay, let's do that. You have the hard drive for his computer?
I do. Because I didn't trust him, I started to, take.
You didn't trust him?
Yeah, well, he was getting on he came by the last 2 times and took
Just stop a second. When you provide him with a 13-inch Mac.
And 2 other computers.
And what?
And 2 other computers.
No, that's a thief. You provide him with a 13-inch Mac.
Oh, the reason he didn't get this back is because I couldn't find, when he came to pick up I gave him a replacement computer, I didn't know where I'd placed it.
Well, why don't you get your act together? It's kind of ridiculous. So he comes, you give him a 13-inch Mac. You don't realize it's not a 15-inch Mac. You don't know what you had. That looks pretty to you. You go home.
Right.
Then you put it next to your husband's, your husband. Then you put it next to your son's, and your son's is bigger than yours, and you don't like that. So now that's these 2, right?
Basically, Your Honor.
Why would you have taken? How do I not? This looks like a staged picture. I got to tell you, because why would you take a picture of a 15-inch next to who does that? Who takes a picture of the 2 computers side by side like that?
Your Honor, when I purchased the computers, I purchased a lot of stuff from Craigslist. And when I purchased it, I sent it to a friend of mine and said, I bought these 2 computers for a certain price, amount of money. And I wanted to show both of them together. That's why.
And then you sent it to the guy?
Well, it was my cousin, a female.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
For a woman? It's kind of weird. In any event, well, it should be easy enough to find out because you have, where is that? That's the hard drive. So that has all the programs you're talking about.
Yes, my advertising pictures.
When you go over there and it's now 4 or 5 months later, he hands you a computer and does he say, oh, by the way, you owe me the repair cost of $400?
Oh, no, he doesn't mention anything.
He doesn't mention $400.
No, he doesn't.
And if you were entitled to $400 and this is not something you're bringing up a year later because times are tough or whatever it is, why do you hand him the computer without saying, oh, by the way, you owe me $400 for the repair because you gave me a broken computer and I'm giving you a fixed one?
Actually, I told him he would owe, when he came to pick it up, I said, I made good on replacing your computer, but you brought a broken computer. The repair is not free. I said normally I was going to charge you.
Yeah, this is when you don't even have the guy's hard drive. You've lost his hard drive because you can't find it, but you're telling him, by the way, you owe me $400.
I didn't say. I said I understood it took me a time to get it back to you. So
5 months.
So I'll give you an equal amount of time to pay me back for it, and I said I'll even do it.
But what did anybody say about the hard drive?
I said I'll try to find if I'd saved it, and I did. But he never contacted me back.
I don't know if you were so tough talking that day, because I got to tell you.
And I contacted him again.
You had to have felt like garbage when all this was going on. And here's this guy who's been super patient, and now you can't even find the guy's hard drive to give him all his. And what did you say? You didn't say to him, where the hell's my hard drive?
Your Honor, I didn't care about the computer. The hard drive is everything to me.
Right, but on that day when he's handing you the computer, you don't say to him, where's my hard drive?
No, Your Honor.
And then you get home and then you start looking for your programs and they're not in there. What do?
I contact David.
And said what?
But, Your Honor.
And said what?
And I said, this is in my hard drive.
And he said?
And he says, I don't know.
But, Your Honor, what were you going to say?
When he didn't know what the problem was with the computer. That's why he sent it to his friend. I don't know if he took out the hard drive or not. You understand, Your Honor?
Well, he says this is your hard drive. I've never seen what a hard drive actually looks like. This is
Your
kind of
Honor.
cool. Yep.
The hard drive holds all the memory.
No, I know what it does. I've just never seen it because it's always inside. It's mystery.
He determined that it was the logic board that was broken. Okay? So he said he sent it to a friend. Why would he take out the hard drive if he sent it to a friend who could fix it?
Yeah, why did you take out the hard drive?
Because at that point, he had been slow on returning people's stuff, and in the past, he'd actually...
But how's a guy going to fix it without a hard drive?
Because he sends it, I put in another one just in case. Long story is he needs the whole unit.
But your stories are getting worse as they go along.
He needs the whole unit to mail it in. So I gave him the whole unit, but I saved his data just in case for any reason it would get lost.
Because he was already starting to take long to return stuff.
starting
Why don't you then show some responsibility and not use them anymore?
Well, after that was the last time.
Oh, yeah, no, when he stole 3 computers, that was the last straw.
That was.
But he's obviously so untrustworthy, which is kind of like, when you, what is that saying? You sleep with the dogs, you get fleas, Because, it should be a disturbing mystery how he's able to do it cheap.
May I add something?
I live for the moment.
When he came to pick it up, and I said, you have to pay, he said, oh, I didn't bring any money. He said, but he had 10, 20 bucks on him. And I said, okay. And I actually gave him a slip case for the computer so he could take it home in a little protective casing. And I said,
oh, that was so nice of you while you hid his hard drive. Yeah.
But
first of all, here's your hard drive. Maybe. We're not sure, but maybe. So if you could do something with it, it's all yours. Okay? He is not going to pay you $400 for the computer repair, and he is not going to pay you $25 for a late fee. And you are going to pay him $400 for the difference between a 15 and a 13. And if we don't call it that, let's call it this: the incredible inconvenience of being without your hard drive, all of your programs, and everything that you need in order to do your business for a year, when it sounds like he's admitting that he kind of hid it from you as collateral, which kind of sounds unethical. I'm kind of unimpressed with your ethical level of behavior, okay? That's my judgment.
All right, full side, hold on.
Well, the computer guy, the plaintiff, loses his case, and your reputation took a couple of hits in there, too. What do you have to say out here that can clean that up?
Oh, well, everyone in Harlem knows I do solid computer repair, and it's a shame that after I go through the extra lengths to give him his stuff, a replacement computer, he doesn't want to, pay me at least something for all the work I've done to ensure that he gets his property back.
Did you hold his hard drive hostage?
Not purposely. I really couldn't find it the day he showed up. I tried to get him the machine back when he called.
How come when you found it, you didn't get in touch with him right away and say, I got this for you here, let me give it to you?
I did try to contact him, but his phone number, he's got about 4 of them. I've tried all of them, and he calls back when he wants.
Okay. All right. That's good enough. Right that way. All right. So you buy all that? You heard him.
Yeah.
You got 4 telephone numbers?
No, I don't.
And how many you got?
I have 2.
You got 2. And you satisfied with what you got out of this?
Definitely.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Harvey?
There's a real possibility that even if someone screws up your computer, if you don't back it up, then you did not minimize your damages and you could lose. And by the way, let me just say, I do not back up my computer. My system does.